Yeah, does anyone want to, has anyone got any sort of questions they want to ask about the reopening or any of the rules or anything like that? Maybe Ward or Jonathan, if they're online, or Adrian can answer them while I'm just trying to kill my other phone.
Can I ask a quick question about the reopening? So the current status means that guests are not allowed at the moment, right? To be brought in?
Yeah, correct. No guests
that's
or
currently
visitors.
go ahead, Jonathan.
Sorry, no, go for it.
I was going to say, yeah, that's currently the case, but I think actually it is something I wanted to review with the management team. So thanks for asking the question. But yeah, at the moment, that's the case.
Okay, thank you.
I'll now get on a back chat with the others just to check.
Any other questions?
I have another question.
I'm sure you have many, Martin. Come on.
Yeah, if no one asks, I just keep shooting. So I think it's great news with the expansion. Is there a time frame attached to that? So do you know how long this can happen? Because of course there are the continuous rumors of the university giving up on this prime property spot in the middle of Cambridge. So
yeah.
Is there something attached like that? Is that for a year or 3 years?
Okay, so I can. Yeah, okay. I will give you a proper update in a month, because then I'll have a lot more confidence in the timings. But so far, the people so we're talking to exactly the right people, which is good. And the people that I want to move out of the space that I'm trying to steal have been really supportive. So that's good. So I think we'll probably have an answer within a month. Then we'll get on to the discussion of how quickly we can actually get hold of the lease. Okay, because we're gonna have to sign an expanded lease and take on extra service charges and all that sort of stuff. But the university are very eager for us to sign that, obviously, because that means we'll be paying them more money. So my sense is that it actually could happen relatively quickly after that. Then we've got to fit out a biolab into a room that isn't a biolab. So in terms of actually when we could get our teeth into the project, I'm hoping we could do it within the next 3 months. But then we'll need a lot of help from members to make it happen. But yeah, right. Sorry, I can't be more precise.
No.
Yeah. So I guess we've been working on it for like the last sort of, well, 6 months, I guess, properly, like in earnest. And I feel like we're at a good place.
It really sounds.
I'll tell you when I know more.
Yeah. Really sounds great. But my question was more geared towards, because I know that the university social club, they have to give up the building there because the university wants to do something else. So that doesn't affect Makespace or anything.
That's also changed. Yeah. So the building we're in, the whole site is obviously lined up for total flattening and rebuild, and the plans look really cool. What was planned? One part of it, so not this site, actually the site opposite, that's going to start happening next year. But this site has fallen through. As far, I don't know what I can say, but basically,
yeah, okay, fair enough.
The indications are that we could be here for a while now.
Okay, that's even better news. That's awesome news.
Yeah, so our plan or our aim is to sign a 5-year lease, but it will have break clauses and yeah.
Sure. So I suppose there's any parking included in that expansion, is there?
Nope.
Ah, okay.
Although no, it's not. Sorry, you can't have everything.
Are we still going to, with the expanded space, have the same restrictions on things like welding and other hot metal activities?
That is an interesting question. We may or may not have the same restrictions. So we've been looking at the fact that we will potentially have more space, which will mean things could be done to give space for activities like that. we believe that it could be done safely in the building. We've just started talking to the university to find people who also believe it's safe to be in the building, and then we'll talk to the health and safety and lease people. But yeah,
so there's potential for exterior extraction for fumes, for example.
Well, yeah, you're now getting into the areas where I don't want to over promise. Like,
yeah,
this may not happen.
It's not
right?
all
But,
interior.
it's got far enough that I'm willing to.
Walls
that we're trying to go for it. Yes, well, welding is on the wish list, but we don't know yet. But another good question, yeah. It's probably easier if you assume no. But yeah, we're definitely try and see if we can support that, because if we can expand the metalworking facilities, we believe we could do support that sort of activity quite safely. But more work being done on that.
I guess one thing I'd just like to point out is that we've moved most of the training online now. So all of the training materials for the RED equipment is now accessible via the website. So if anybody'd like to either train on a new piece of equipment or do a refresher on something you haven't been on for a year now, please do check that out. I dropped the URL into the chat, which I'll do here again. But essentially what we've done is we've created 15 Google Classrooms, and the training is essentially you go through and do the Google Classrooms series of slides, and once you're comfortable with that, you take a safety quiz, you take a quiz on the piece of equipment you're training on, and once you've passed all of that, then you come into the space and meet with one of the trainers, and they make sure that you can perform the operations on the equipment safely and competently. So the training is no longer scramble for meetups. It's do the book learning and the background on your own time, and then come in and demonstrate that you're safe and competent with the equipment when you're ready. So please do have a look at that.
And super huge effort by a lot of people to make that happen. So COVID was the motivator, but it still took a huge amount of effort from a lot of people to make that happen. So really impressive work.
Yeah, I'm very pleased with the quality of the content. People have done a good job. This is the first time I've heard this group this quiet.
Yeah, like, I don't know if that's good or bad.
I think we all need a large table with a bunch of Raspberry Pis around just to get the conversation going.
So that Makespace merger, that's official now, is it? It's all done and dusted.
Yeah. So when we open tomorrow, your membership gives you access to both both entities. Yeah, and they're geographically disparate, but they're the same. Operating as the same organization now, that's really nice. So I know we don't really talk about the board and that stuff too much, because we're just trying to make the stuff happen in the background. That means you don't have to worry about all the lease and insurance and all that sort of stuff. But it means that Jenny, Katia, Abby, and Roger from Makespace have joined the Makespace board as well, which is really cool.
A quick question, how about inductions? I mean, we can't just waltz into Makespace, and probably vice versa. So is there anything in place for that? Yep.
Yeah. So both places are running See the Space tours. So you can go to either tour or both. Well, you need to go to the Makespace one. You can optionally go to the Makespace one. Then we have a single induction running in Makespace to induct you as a member, and that's very similar to how we ran it before, but extended to the additional things we need for Makespace. And then yeah, you can go for a safety and training induction at Makespace like you would for the lathe in Makespace. Yeah. So you can get access to that. So if you want to learn more about Makespace, we'll make sure we publish some stuff online, but the best thing is just go and have a tour, read the website. Oh yeah, so the website's been updated now. So all that information about how inductions work is there. The main difference is in the Makespace that generally any activity that's going on is under a project. So you have to, because it has to be checked that you're not doing anything that could be dangerous or not allowed in that sort of environment. Certain types of bioengineering aren't allowed in the environment we've got. So yeah, it's some bits are a little bit different, but.
So starting from tomorrow, I believe it is, there are See the Spaces at Makespace as well as the main space. So if you go to Meetup, you can see where those are scheduled, and I'd highly recommend it. It's a good facility.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
If you want to look at using it, from a training perspective, we're essentially treating the bio labs and the safety aspects of that, like the safety aspects for the main space. So you'll do one of the courses that I just mentioned, and then go through an approval process. So.
Yeah, and one thing on the clubs actually, so we're running a load of clubs. Some of them have been more people meeting up and chatting. Actually, one of the biology club that started over the lockdown has been really good in the sense that it's running presentations as well, teaching about subjects. So if you want to get a feel for the sort of things people are talking about or what they might be interested in, go and have a look at that. So there's an interesting one coming up, I don't think it's been published yet, but there'll be one about cultured meat, for example. So there's a few companies in Cambridge doing cultured meat, so like artificially grown meat. So we're going to get some people in to speak about that, which would be really cool. So have a look. But we understand that some of the crossover is not, it's not going to be for everyone. But actually, the Makespace, we're finding loads of interest in sort of lab automation type stuff. We're going to hopefully have a load of microscopes and things like that, fluorescence microscopes. Maybe there's lots of fun things that can be done with this interface. But yeah, we're more over the next month, I'd imagine. I don't know. I didn't, because I haven't actually been looking at who's online. Is there anyone from the is Jenny or, oh, Jenny is here. I can see her unmuting. Is there anything you wanted to add, Jenny?
No, that all sounds good. I've just put a link to tomorrow's biology club where we're doing a live demo from the kitchen. Carlos is going to show us how to make biological patterns.
I think you're quite quiet, Jenny. I don't know. It may be just me, but I think you're quite quiet.
Sorry, it's because it's connected to my Bluetooth speaker somehow. Yeah, I just put the link in for biology club tomorrow where we're doing a kitchen follow along practical session on pattern formation. So if people want to learn about how curing patterns are made, which basically like give animals their amazing coat patterns and other things, you can learn more about it using ingredients you can find in your store cupboard.
Yeah, awesome. And I have to say, like, I've really enjoyed going to the biology club meetings, but one of the interesting things which was really reassuring was actually there was a big discussion in one of the biology things about not knowing how to do some of the automation, practical, technical builder, I don't know, build some AI visualization thing or some mechanical automation thing. And because a lot of biology is quite manual at the moment. So I'm really excited for that conversation to happen across the whole of what is now the whole of Makespace, because I think there's going to be some really nice collaborations or things where people can help each other out because they know something that the other person doesn't. I suspect a lot of our members don't know much about biology, and I suspect a lot of your members don't know about some of the skills that our members have got at the moment. So good stuff. Yeah.
So do we want to be including at least a mention of that extended membership in the See the Space tours then?
Yep.
From tomorrow.
Yeah. So there's a poster. There'll be a better poster in the kitchen, and so we can introduce the fact that it exists, and vice versa in the Makespace we'll do the same. I mean, some of this we haven't done it yet. We haven't been open yet, so there'll be a bit of learning. See what the responses, see what the questions people have are. But yeah, as I said, at the moment, individuals See the Space. You need to come to the Makespace one if you're going to become a member. The Makespace one is optional, and then the induction is done here, and then you basically you can go and train on whatever you want to be, whatever you want, including the biolabs. And obviously things will change again if we do if in a year's time we're all co-located on one space. it will be slightly different again. But yeah. Anyone else got any other questions? It's great to see all the comments in the chat as well. Okay, well, let's leave it there. If you do have any questions, check them in the Google group, or you can always email management at Makespace if you've got a specific question that you just don't want to ask publicly. What are all the online clubs that have started? Oh, yeah, good point. So if you go to clubs.makespace.org, you'll get a set of all the different clubs that are currently set up. So that's clubs.makespace.org. And we'll no doubt add some more. And if you want to run one, just email the events club and we'll add more. But yeah, they all run once a month. And there's some pretty interesting stuff going on. But I think obviously once people are physically allowed to meet each other, that's going to be even better. But hopefully the combination of being able to be in the space but meet online is going to still be pretty good. Yeah. Oh yeah, Jenny's just put it in the chat. Do we have a date for the Pechacucci yet? No, I need to go and check how many people have actually said they want to do it. But yeah, this was an idea based on the fact that a lot of people haven't seen each other for a while. Actually, a lot of people are new and have never had the chance to see people. So I had the idea of running just a Pechacucci night, which is just like 20 slides. You talk for, was it 20 seconds a slide or something? Just introduce yourself or talk about a project you want to achieve. Or some stuff you've done, or things you can help people with, or whatever. I mean, whatever you want, really. Just introduce yourself. I'll find the link in a second, or I'll put it in the chat. But if anyone wants to do that, I think that'd be really good for you. But obviously, if you can share skills or let people discover you, that's really cool as well. Once I've got 5, I think I've already got more than 5 actually. Yeah, I'll look at the calendar and we'll start running them perhaps once a month. If that sounds good. See how they go. But yeah, hopefully it'd be a chance to find collaborators, even though you can't, just be bumping into each other as much in the space at the moment. If people have other ideas of things they'd like to do, but basically the restrictions are off now, apart from the fact that we can't be in here with groups, very similar to everything else, right? We treat ourselves a bit like a gym. So you can come in, you can use it. You can hang around, but be considerate of other people, given the restrictions we've got in the number of people that can be in the space. Yeah. Can we have some sort of open evening? So Jamie, I think Jamie, this is from Jamie. By open evening, do you mean when we can all get into the space together?
Yes, mate. Yeah, so I'll come back onto chatting. Yeah, do you know, like you say, a lot of people don't know who everyone else is, etc. And I love the idea of the images, etc. But also an element of right? Yeah, it's still not the same. Where we've had open evenings in the past to do announcements and stuff, it's quite a social event and so on and so forth. Would it be a good idea? And obviously, restrictions all factor into that. But yeah, something along those lines.
Let's do that then. So I'll see what I'll talk with the board about. Actually, we'll look at the restrictions and see if there's a natural thing. Mm-hmm. And it seems ridiculous. We could even do it outside if the weather is good. I mean, if that makes it possible, where like go and have something on the mill pond or something. If we're allowed outside, but we're not allowed inside or something. I have no idea, but yeah, I'll see what we can do there. I'll see what we can work out.
And as well, mate, you need any help with anything, you just shout.
Awesome. All right. Thanks, Jamie. That's brilliant. Yeah, thanks a lot. Anyone else got any questions or ideas or suggestions or things they want to see happen? How much can we use the kitchen this time? Jonathan, do you want to take that one?
Yeah. Hi, Joe. So you can use the kitchen exactly as you did before, except it's all disposable stuff. So there's plastic knives and forks, paper plates, throwaway paper towels, there's an urn instead of a kettle, so that you don't have to. So we don't have everybody picking up the kettle all the time and touching it. And there's all the usual tea, coffee, the chocolates are there and everything. It just needs, there are signs up, but you just need to wash your hands before you pick up the jars of tea and the jars of coffee, and then sanitize the area when you finish. But yeah, everything is all there as usual.
Simon, you could mention the cleaning of the PPE kit. Or is it Jonathan like to pick that one up?
I think you've done it. It's all good.
Oh, okay. No, there are special wipes are being put out against the PPE kit, so you clean it before you use it, and hopefully afterwards when you finish.
Okay. Thanks, Simon. I've got to go.
Yeah.
But thanks for that. See you in the space, everyone. Bye, guys.
All right. Thanks everyone for joining.
Cheers.
We'll see you very soon, hopefully.
Cheers, everyone. See you soon.
Bye.
Thank you. Thanks.
Bye,
Jamie. Bye.